We have your daughter. Every one of us in this room wants $1 million in unmarked bills. Leave it at Genghis Grill. If you do this, you'll get your daughter back. After lunch.
Who's got a question? Is this a real question? You have to ask this, because like some of the questions are like, that's not really a question, it's more of a, do this, perform this. Oh, I was right! You needed a favor, okay, hold that thought, my darling. Who has a question about the industry or a show or voice acting? Yes. What was my career before I started voice acting? Well, actually I was doing a couple of things professionally. My college degree is in film, like film and video production. But my minor was in theater, and then I also have been writing and producing music for years and years and years. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with a contemporary Christian group called DC Talk. Yeah. I produced their first record, and then I've produced like 25 records since that, 6 of my own, and for many years, I actually worked with ad agencies and production companies in Houston writing music for television and film. In fact, I told the other guys, the people yesterday, right over by where we're staying, there's an academy, and I wrote their jingle that they've been using for years and years. Academy, sports and outdoors, right stuff, the right price. Academy. Yeah, and I mean, I've worked with a lot of local, regional companies and businesses, and so I was doing all of that. I was writing music professionally, I was doing video and film production professionally, and acting like whenever I could get an opportunity to be in a show, whether it was a community theater or a church production, whatever. And then somebody encouraged me to audition for ADV Films in Houston. I didn't even know what they were or what they did. They were a little tiny production company that you could probably put on this stage. But they were a couple of guys that really enjoyed anime and wanted to make it available to English-speaking audiences. And so I went there and auditioned, and I got cast yesterday. I told you guys yesterday, I got cast as Vega in Street Fighter 2. And that was the first thing I ever did. And it was very weird, but it was a lot of fun. So then I got to do another show, and it just kind of picked up speed from there. Got introduced to Funimation, kept working there, then got introduced to people in LA, kept working there, went back to New York to work on like Pokemon and different stuff that's recorded in New York. And so it's just been it was really quite by accident, just kind of stumbled into it. But I still kind of do all those things. I still do video and film production work. I still write and produce music professionally. And somebody asked me yesterday, so when do you think you'll retire? I'm like, oh, don't say that word. I'm not retiring. Who was it? Oh yeah, it was Mary. Mary, my sweet liaison. Mary's like, so when do you think you'll retire? I'm like, well, no, you don't retire from something you love. You retire from something you hate, right? If you have a job that you don't like much, but you just, you do it because you need to pay the bills, and that's part of being a grown-up, that's one thing. Like, oh God, I can't wait to retire and get out of this. But if you love what you do, then you don't want it to ever end. So for me, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard this adage, probably some of the older people like me in the room have. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. And it's really true. I love what I do. And so I hope it never ends. Maybe, when I'm 80 years old, I'll be playing old guys instead of young guys, but hopefully still be playing characters and doing what I'm doing. Yes, sir. Is your sister here today? Hey, you were here, hi. One of your family gets kept out every time. I'm sensing a pattern here. He was here yesterday, he's like, see the girl way up there, that's my sister, she couldn't get in. And now today he's like, my brother couldn't get in. So, where is he? Dang. You probably need to get over to Genghis. What's your question? Where did I go to college? college, and where did I get these pants? Well, I got these pants in college. So I'm answering both questions at once. No, actually, I went to college at Liberty University in Virginia. It's a Christian college, but I still went there. And that didn't even come out right. But anyway, and the pants are from a place in Los Angeles. If you guys ever get to go to LA and you want to buy fun, cool, interesting stuff, you have to go down to Melrose Avenue, because that's where all the freaky stuff is. And moderately freaky stuff. So check it out. Yeah, and I go there, yes. Not because I'm freaky, but because I want to wear freaky stuff. See, it's kind of an illusion, you know? It's like you put on a vampire night, you know, a day class or a night class uniform, not because you're actually a vampire. You just want people to think you are. So, yes, sir. Soundman's got a question.
Yes.
The question is,
so like, how
do you want me to roll off a little bit from 90K down? No, I'm sorry, just kidding.
Okay, here we go.
What's your question, sir?
How was the recording process for Vega? Like, because I know he only had like little and stuff like that, you know? So,
That
like,
sounded just like him, actually. You know, I'll be honest with you, dude. What's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua, first of all, thank you for your help with the tech today. Give Joshua a hand. Joshua, when it comes time to show video, I hope you'll take their ears off and blow their hair back. I'll be honest with you, Josh, that was a long time ago. I try very hard to recollect what it was like that very first time recording, and I can't. It was so long ago and so many recording sessions ago. I just remember it being really strange because I'd never seen my voice come out of an animated character before. And I'll tell you what else is strange is I was looking, several months ago I was looking for a copy of that Street Fighter, because back then they would give you a copy. If you worked on the show, they'd give you a copy of it. You know what they gave me a copy of? VHS, because they didn't even release on DVD. That's how long ago this was. They would release the episodes on VHS cassettes. So I have a VHS cassette somewhere, I think, I hope, of this Street Fighter series. But then I found out that it was released in the UK. And so I thought, oh, dang it, I'll never find it now. And last year, I was at a convention in London, and a kid came up with a spool of magnetic tape that was about 1/2 inch wide, and I'm like, what is this? And he goes, this is Street Fighter 2, one of the episodes that you were in as Vega, and I just wanted to give it to you. And part of me was like, thank you, and part of me was like, why did you take it out of the case? Now I can't watch it. But anyway, so I know it's out there, but I don't have much recollection of it, except, you know, let me tell you this, I had been writing and singing and recording in studios for years before I started voice acting. So I kind of had there was a little bit of comfort, you know, I recognized and was comfortable and knew about, you know, headphones, fancy, expensive cardioid microphone, and the basics of recording. Some people, you know, when they come in to do an audition or something, they've never been in, ever been in a studio setting before, and they don't really understand like mic technique and pop filter and all that kind of stuff. And so it takes a little getting used to. I'd already been used to it, so that wasn't too strange for me or foreign to me. But the whole concept of matching a character's mouth movements while you're still trying to act was very new. So, question, who's got a question? Yes, sweetie. This is a brilliant young lady right here. Did you notice that? I sensed there was an aura about you that said, brilliant, brilliant. I have no idea how to answer that question. See, because if I answer it, it kind of presupposes that I agree with you, which I don't, so you know what, I just, I try to exercise, and I don't eat, well, yes, I do eat pretty bad. No, I don't, you know what, you hear something funny, I'll tell you something funny, I hope this doesn't make him mad. How many of you have ever seen The Never-Ending Story? That movie, Never-Ending Story, you know? Never-Ending Story, that song, right? You can't get it out of your head. Main character, Atreyu, the cute little boy. He's 12 years old in that movie. Well, now he's 40. And I just spent 2 weeks in Australia with him. We were at a convention, and like Christopher Lloyd was there. Doc Brown, you guys. Marty! Yeah, him. And people from Battlestar Galactica and Game of Thrones. And like there was like 10 or 12 of us, and we hung out all for 2 weeks. We were all the foreigners that had been brought over to be at this convention. Well, one of the guys was Noah Hathaway, who played Atreyu.